is the full Mr. T yet, but he must have had somewhat of a look.
I would assume
for someone to go, get me that guy.
Well, he had the look because he already had the mohawk.
Yeah.
So that's already striking, to see this giant black dude with a mohawk. That's not something you saw every day. So I got to assume that was part of that was just like Stallone going, "Holy shit, look at that dude! I want to fight him in the." Sorry, I completely did that wrong. I want to fight him in the next Rocky movie,
Give me that guy.
Yeah. So the fucking statue.
The fucking
statue. It was constructed for this movie, obviously.
But kept.
Yes, well, that was there's a story behind that, which I didn't even know. So, the museum, the Philadelphia Art Museum, didn't want it because they're it's even though they're like it's art, but it's film, and everyone looks down on film, always has. So they didn't want it. So Stallone shipped it back to L.A. This 8-year-old girl named Nicole Bird wanted
what the name
went door to door. I think it's Nicole, but it's spelled Nikol. I'm guessing that's Nicole, and her parents were just creative. Hey, parents, stop that. Went door to door, set up at sporting events, and eventually gathered 10,000 signatures.
God bless her.
To get this statue back. Stallone very happily sent it back. Which is like, holy shit. The museum put it in front, but then they still didn't like it, so they sent it to, I think, a sportatorium that doesn't exist anymore. And then eventually they took it back.
Spectrum. They closed the Spectrum.
Yeah, that was the Spectrum. That's what it was. And then they pulled it back, and then now it's at the base of the Rocky Steps.
Which is cool, because you know what? I mean, I get that it'd be cool to run up and then be like, high-five the statue, but you could, like, high-five the statue on the way
you're
up.
like, all right, buddy, I'm doing
this for you, Rock!
Exactly. Because they basically didn't want it in the front steps, and I can get that. They didn't want it in the front door.
Like, high society, oh my god.
Yeah.
Barbaric!
It's boxing, oh my. But...
as his monocle pops out.
Exactly. So, Stallone, being very, very happy that this little girl did this, actually took her to the premiere of this movie.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Did you know that the statue's made of nickel?
Yeah.
And that's your name. So, like, nickel. It's a serendipitous, you see.
It's Nicole. I think it's spelled like nickel. So, like nickel, like the thing in your wallet.
Despite what you think, I can read good.
I read good. Nickel is spelled Nikol. Come on. If that's not your parents are wrong, man. I don't like your parents.
It's this debate that he's having with an 8-year-old child.
I mean, in all fairness, what conversation would they have?
Well, they read on the same grade level, so I mean...
Nicole, that's Nicole. That's a really interesting name,
Trade coloring books, Steve.
I like fuck, I can't even think of anything. I wasn't even around. No, actually, I like drawing H.R. Puffin stuff. What do you think? Mr. Stallone, sir, I'm older than that now. I don't like H.R. Puffin stuff. What do you mean? What do you mean?
It just gets real.
I don't know. If you don't like that, I think you be irregular,
Rocky III, the recap isn't as long as the first one. No. The first one basically was just like, here's the entire first film.
Yeah.
For you to view before this one. This is just like the end.
Yeah.
With no weird added audio, like the first one.
Extra audio.
Yeah, just a straight up recap.
Unnecessary.
Where Rocky wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yippee skippy.
Good for him.
QI the Tiger.
Yes.
So he wins the world title,
mm-hmm.
and he just starts traveling the world, knocking dudes out, winning fights, win after win after win after win, going to, like, just a knocks out German champion, like, he's knocking out everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone looks completely different.
Yeah. And they, like, so now
Adrian looks different.
Yeah.
Rocky looks very different.
Well, this is what money does for you. But, like, they're showing all this Rocky merchandise, something like that. It's a big montage. By the way, all that merchandise was real, by the way.
Yeah.
That was all just stuff. And they actually brought in, God, what the hell's his name? Holy shit. Jim Henson.
Okay.
To dub in the voice of Kermit.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it shows him on the Muppets.
Because they showed him on the Muppet Show, which never happened.
No, like, Stallone didn't show up as Rocky.
No.
Or as Stallone.
Although...
Why
wouldn't he?
Why not? Again, he reads at that level, so he would love the Muppets. So win after win, marketing machine behind him.
Yeah. He's finally doing commercials. I'm guessing they found somebody who wasn't going to yell at him for it.
They keep showing who is Clubber Lang, the person who is going to be Clubber, because they don't mention who he is. He's just at all these fights, and he's just like, who's that striking guy? Because he's got the mohawk and the fucking earrings and all that. Mm-hmm. And then we get to drunk Paulie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what a surprise. Paulie's drunk. Must be a Tuesday.
Doing his shuffle walk through the streets of 80s Philadelphia. And then he happens upon an arcade.
Like you do.
Like you do in the 80s. And they, of course, have a Rocky pinball machine.
Which was also real.
Of course it was.
Yes.
That I can buy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like... My guess is that he just is resenting Rocky at this point.
Which is amazing to me, because I guarantee you... Because he's wearing a nice suit, good watch. He didn't buy that himself.
Yeah.
He didn't buy that busting heads for Gazzo.
Yeah.
Which I don't think... Because Gazzo ain't in the movie, so I'm guessing he's done.
Yeah.
So
he throws his drink at the machine, shatters it completely.
Which is the real alcohol abuse.
Lands him in jail.
Mm-hmm.
In the hooskow, if you will. Gets bailed out by Stallone.
Yeah.
And they basically have a conversation of like, well, you moved Mickey in, but you didn't move me into your big house. He's like, well, Mickey's my trainer.
Yeah,
he's got to be with me.
I needed him there, yeah.
He's got to be with me at all times because he's my trainer. He's my manager.
Yeah.
Like, he's
important. You are just a drunk.
You are my drunken brother-in-law who I
don't even know why I talk to you anymore. You're just an asshole at this point. No redeeming qualities.
And then we get the whole, he's going to punch him. And I like how fucking, like, Rocky puts his arms up to actually block.
Yeah,
like
Rocky
he's fighting,
bows up.
Like
and
he's fighting for the world title at this point.
It must be, I would assume, that this is just second nature for Rocky. Because there's no fucking reason to bow up with fucking Paulie. Like, what's Paulie going to do? A, he's drunk, and B, he's Paulie. He's not getting a shot off.
So he gets some shots in, not really, gets blocked.
He whiffs a lot.
And then it's just like, can I have a job?
Why didn't you ask the whole time?
All you had to do was ask.
It's like, I guarantee you he did.
And then he tells him, well, you got some pretty good shots in there, Paulie.
No, he didn't.
Cut to him and Adrian having a conversation. Mm-hmm. What was it about? I can't remember.
Just life in general, I think.
Because it's just so different now, because they're in this big
fucking giant-ass house.
Enormous house.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you folks aren't really, like, boxing fans, there's a shit ton of money in boxing.
Well, back then. Not so much now. Unless you're like Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao.
But he is on that level because he's the champ, right? So, like...
What I'm saying is back in the 80s, boxing was king.
The sport, right? Like, it's crazy the amount of money that he would get per fight, I'm sure.
Like Mike Tyson and all that were like, making money hand over fist.
Which I had this amazing thought process in the back of my head of, like, if, like, in 1986, Rocky was real, it would totally be Rocky Balboa's Punch-Out.
Yeah.
I was like, that would have been amazing.
I mean, I know he's a few years from showing up on the public spectrum, but Clubber Lang is basically Mike Tyson.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Like, the archetype, the just straight-up knockout artist.
Well,
you don't last around...
Yeah.
You can maybe go to round 2 if you're lucky.
My guess is probably... I would guess that Stallone follows boxing rather regularly, especially at this time. And Tyson probably had some amateur fights. And he looked and went, look at that fucking guy. Like, that guy's going to be the big deal. Because to jump to the end, like, he uses what you could use against Tyson to beat him in a fight. Yeah. So.
Because during that montage of him knocking out dudes, it showed Clubber Lang fighting as well, and he was just murdering dudes. Yeah. Just like 1-2 rounds tops, just knocking everyone out. Yeah. Just a monster, like, you can't stop him. Mm-hmm. And it shows Mickey there, like, terrified. Yeah. Because you can see the look on his face go, this guy's going to challenge Rocky at one point. And then
at one point in time, Clubber Lang literally yells out to Mickey, like, bring me Balboa, I'll knock him out. I want to challenge him for the title.
We get to the wrestling match. Mm-hmm. Rocky versus Thunderlips.
It's a charity wrestling match.
It's a charity match, boxer versus wrestler. Mm-hmm. I'm not too sure, but the ring announcer looks a lot like the guy who was painting Apollo in the second film.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
Same mustache.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that was him. You don't forget that mustache ever?
No. And this is not Hulk Hogan.
No.
Like, he comes out with, like, a gaggle of blonde women. Mm-hmm. He's saying, like, where are all my love slaves at?
Yeah. Like, this
Thunderlips, baby!
Yeah, this is certainly not Hulk Hogan.
And he's like
the one
pushing his lips, like, like kissing and all that, just like.
I mean, I've never seen a Hulk Hogan like this. So they created this character, which
I love they're in the ring. He's coming to the ring. Why are they carrying him? They're not.
Oh. Shit.
He's like, he's a dinosaur, Rock. He's gonna kill you.
How many dinosaurs you gotta fight, Rock? Oh, I never fought any. Exactly, you gotta call it off, Rock.
I love how they're just like, this wrestler is legitimately going to murder you.
Yeah, he's gonna kill you. You know, and this is at the time when people were questioning, but they didn't know wrestling wasn't real.
Well, yeah, like 83.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, it might be fake.
It might be, but it might not be.
I don't know.
You know?
But they see the size difference, right?
Yeah.
Because he gets in the ring, and he's just towering over Rocky.
Yeah. That wasn't camera trickery. That's legitimately their height difference.
And the bell rings, and he just is just throwing Rocky around.
Yeah. Rocky's getting the shots in, but
clothesline.
Thunderlips don't even notice.
And shots to the back, knocking him down, and he hits him with that big leg drop, and Mickey's like, just stop them fights! Stop it! He's dying out there. Like, Adrian's there with their kid.
Yeah. And, like, Rocky eventually goes to Mickey, like, don't call it off. I got an idea. It's like, really? What are you gonna do, little man?
And then he throws him out of the ring.
Yeah.
He's throwing referees and officials and cops around. Like, it looks like Godzilla just tearing through Tokyo.
Right.
And he's like, cut my gloves off. Yeah. They cut his gloves off. Mickey fucking pulls, not Mickey, Paulie pulls out a switchblade.
Well, if there's anyone who's going to be carrying a switchblade to the ring, it's Paulie.
Just chops off the gloves. He just serpentines around people into the ring. Like, okay, come on, big man. Come on, big man. Yeah. And then he just, with non-boxing gloves.
Yeah, the bear gloves.
Bear gloves. Just kidney shots. Kidney shots. And then he picks him up like...
Yeah.
Ironically, like Hulk Hogan picking up Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And throws him out of the ring. They call it a draw. The ring announcer's just like, draw, this is over, thank God. Like pandemonium.
Ironically, there was somebody who wrote something on IMDb that I didn't put in it, but it made me laugh, where they were just like, because Sylvester Stallone couldn't pick up Hulk Hogan, Hulk had to jump to help. And I'm like, yeah, he gave him a body slam, like in professional wrestling.
Do you know how body slams? I'm going to assume you don't know how body slams work.
Yeah, you don't deadlift a human being like that. That will be how you die.
Now, we don't want to tell tales out of school, kids, but how a body slam is performed is when the person doing the lifting jerks.
Yep.
The person who's being lifted jumps.
Yep.
Into the person's welcoming arms.
Yes.
Then it's on that person to then deadlift carry them, but it's a lot easier when
they're already up.
When they're already up.
Yeah.
Because these are all big muscle men after all, especially in the 80s, because,
yes.
steroids.
Yeah.
And then body slam.
Although at the same time, in the most famous body slam in the history of Hulk Hogan against Andre the Giant, he did in fact tear a lot of muscles doing that.
Yeah, because Andre the Giant isn't a human.
No. He was not human, he was a giant. Literally. So... But that's wrestling talk.
So, and then at the end of it, it's just like, it turns out that...
Yeah, he's just like, he's just happy now, and he's like, oh, wait. Because Rocky in the beginning asked if they could, when it's over, they could do a Polaroid. And he just like, I'm going to eat you. And he's like, oh, I guess not. And then later on, he's just like, oh, that was great out there, man. I'm like, what do you mean? You try to... that's just for the show.
Yeah, he's just like, that's... part of it.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, can we take the picture then?
Yeah, sure.
And then they go to, and then he hurts the kid.
Yeah.
Rocky goes to pick up the kid, and the kid's just like, ow! That hurt! And literally Stallone just like, that ain't nothing.
80s
parenting kids, but that's not his kid. That was actually an actor.
Yeah, that was an actor. You shut up.
He did. Like, maybe if he actually hurt his kid, he might have gave a shit.
Yeah, it's like, whatever, you're supposed to be, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
I do like at the beginning, the Ultimate Man versus the Ultimate Meatball. Just like, that's racial.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's all right. Thanks,
Not
Thunderlips.
the only one in this movie, so it's all right. Sorry, not undertones. There's overtones in this movie later on.
So Rocky gets his statue, the statue we mentioned. This is,
and I think he knows it's going to happen, but he still sees and goes, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, he's just like, "Ooh,
Jesus, yeah,
there I am forever."
Yeah.
That's where Clubber Lang, because he retires. He's like, I've been thinking this for a while, and I'm going to retire for the umpteenth time.
Mm-hmm. I'm done. Retire again.
I'm done. And then Lang's just like, that's it. You run, Rocky. You run.